horrible, horrible people.
Flurries, you better grab a life vest.
What's wrong with you? Seriously.
Danielle.
From a girl being nominated for just breathing to an HOH who needs to take a breath.
That's right.
I'm May.
And I'm Cam D.
And welcome to Eviction Notice Podcast.
A show where we review competition reality shows. Mm-hmm. And this year, or this season, we are reviewing season 23 of U.S. Big Brother. Yeah. Yes. Get into it.
Yes, my favorite show. We're finally doing it.
That's right. And we're going to do it right from the top. Make it drop. Yes, y'all. So remember, you can watch this on Hulu or wherever live TV is available, including your neighbor's house. Also, it's available on Paramount Plus.
Yes. Not a sponsor. We just watch from there.
Yeah, the grinder party was fun, though.
But yeah, I wasn't there. I wouldn't know, but I've heard great things about that party.
It was a good time. All are welcome. Okay, Mason, how are you? Or May.
May.
Hold on.
Either or.
How are you, May? No, it's May.
May is good. I'm good. I'm really excited that the season's back and that we're starting. And it's really, it's only been a week. This is our first episode. We're only going to be talking about week 1. But it's a really good season so far.
I agree.
I'm really digging it. How about you, Cam? How are you doing?
I like it. I'm very infatuated by this cast. I think the people are all really very good looking, like everyone. They seem to be of right mind and spirit. And it does seem that production did take their note to heart from last season's criticisms about the lack of diversity.
Not even just last season, every season.
Yes,
a lack
literally.
of diversity. Everyone, we've been screaming at the CBS cast or casting department to give us what we want, and they finally listened, and it's great this season.
Which is more melanin.
Yes.
Thank you, Paramount Plus.
Keep using that fan cam.
Yeah, of course. I have to because one of my favorite players this season, that's his signature.
Yes.
So I'm committing myself to wearing tank tops.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, we're both wearing tank tops. Hey.
And fans.
Tank tops and fans.
Yes.
Perfect.
Anywho, but yeah, this is our first season. So in case you want to follow us, we are going to be releasing this episode every Friday following the eviction. So if you don't know, the eviction just happened.
Yeah, we just watched it like barely
literally
an hour ago.
Exactly. And so extreme spoiler alert.
Yes.
Extreme spoiler alert.
And we're not even just talking about the shows. We're going to be talking about what's happening in the live feeds this week. All the mess that CBS edited out,
The tea.
Yeah.
Drag. All of that. Mm-hmm. Once, twice, 2 times a lady.
He really did do drag twice.
Twice. And then did a strip show. He's a showgirl.
He did.
Showgirls.
And we'll get into that in a minute.
Okay.
So let's start off from the beginning. Okay, so episode 1.
Yes.
Okay, so just like every other big.
Wait, should we describe basically what the show is, like what Big Brother is?
Oh, for people that are listening
in case you're
that
like,
don't watch it.
What is this? And you don't want to pause this, which you should. Subscribe to this and then come back and watch it. Or you can just hear us kiki because we're very good at that.
That's really all we're gonna do.
So Big Brother, how would you describe the show, Mason? You are our matriarch, resident aficionado.
Since season 1, I've been watching. I'm a very versed in Big Brother terms. But I guess, the foundation of Big Brother is that it's a social experiment. They put 16 strangers in a house, all different walks of life or lifestyles or however.
Allegedly.
This season is the first time they've really actually done that.
Yeah.
Well,
season 1 though.
Season 1 was
that
great.
Is some real, you want to take people from different corners of life. That was real.
See, I feel like in the beginning of the show, they started doing what they intended to do, and then they kind of got muddy as the series went on. Yeah. But now we're kind of getting back to basics. We're picking people from different walks of life, lifestyles, all that stuff, and now it's, really what it's supposed to be about, just the human interaction. That's all it is.
Yeah, I want to see people talk, fight, whatever.
Yes. And then the show at its core is that every week, one house guest gets into power. They nominate 2 house guests for eviction.
Right.
From there, they do a veto competition where they will have the chance to save themselves from the block or not.
Right.
Sometimes it's a week by week thing. And then every Thursday, one of those house guests is evicted until we get to the end.
Dun, dun, dun.
Exactly. And we are crowned our winner at the end of the summer.
Crown it.
Crown
Now,
it.
here are the things about the show. Yes, there's backstabbing, there's betrayal, there's also lingo.
Yes.
So we'll try to maybe do little spots where we're like, hey, here's this word. But if you're a Big Brother fan,
Which I'm sure a lot of you listening would be.
yeah, you're going to know these words like backdoor, comps,
I mean, even
showman.
Veto, HOH.
Veto.
We're going to abbreviate head of household.
Yeah.
It's HOH if you don't know.
What's the one that's backwards? OTEV.
Oh, OTEV, yes.
So, we'll get to all of that.
Yes, we
All
will
of that
talk
will be
about
there.
it throughout.
Yes, so let's do this, May.
Let's do this, Cam. So let's start with just episode 1. Episode 1 is always just about meeting the house guests, getting our first HOH.
Julie Chin welcomes everyone.
Yes.
There is big. Okay, so first and foremost, what we notice as viewers is that there is definitely an increase in diversity.
Yes.
We see people who are on the spectrum. We see people who are LGBT. We see people who are, black or brown. It's fabulous. So
Yes.
it's quite across the board, a diversity. It's lovely. Sorry.
It is lovely. It's great to see, fresh faces. Who wants to see the same cast over and over again? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And especially if you are a viewer that is on the spectrum or part of the LGBT community or even you're a black, white, whatever.
Yeah.
You want to see someone on the show that looks like you. And, kind of see their insights on how they would play the game, especially if you can relate to them
Exactly.
in any other way. It doesn't even have to be like a,
Representation just matters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That person likes avocado toast. I love that. So I'm rooting for them. But, I mean,
Especially because even within the first week, we see a lot of firsts for the show as far as like records that are broken, but which we'll get to.
yes, we will.
Also, Julie Chin, as she welcomes everyone, she announces the big news that this year there's an increase on the prize package
Yes.
for Big Brother.
That was one of the big things they got into. For the entirety of Big Brother, I've always won $500,000. But for this season, season 23, they are adding an extra $250,000 to that. So grand total, $750,000. $750,000.
Honestly, they
to the
could have
winner.
given them $1 million if they really wanted to.
If they really wanted to. I mean, I'm sure.
Come on, Julie.
Yeah, Julie. We know your pockets are deep, Julie.
Yeah.
All of you at CBS.
Yeah, come on, Julie. Come on.
But maybe this is for things to come. Maybe they'll, keep on winning.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's talk about some of the contestants that we meet during this opening ceremony. We'll do a lightning round because, of course, we have
lightning.
a lot of names to go off.
So,
of.
16 of them. So, we're just lightning them. Travis was the first house guest we were introduced to. He's from Austin. He's a surfer and a business major. Really just the surfer bro of the house. Every year kind of has one of like the, gnarly dude kind of guy.
Right.
He seemed pretty cool. He's from where we're from. He's originally from Austin, went to UT.
Yes, that's right. We did watch a video where there was questionable material.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I don't like him. I think he's cool. We will get to some of the final things that I have to say about Mr. Travis as we go along.
No, of course.
And talk about
there was a little bit of,
episode 3.
fuckery that was happening preseason. But
and something that happened at the we'll talk about that.
yeah, well, Travis is a lot to deal with.
He's a lot
at
to deal
first.
with.
Yeah.
But Travis, shout out. We celebrated whatever.
So
It's cool.
next house guest we met was Derek F., who you have already said is one of your favorites.
Yes, Derek F., which is why I'm wearing my tank top
Yes.
and my fan.
Tank tops and fans. So really one of the first things he said was that he's black, he's gay, and he's proud.
And proud, bitch.
And
I
proud.
loved. I also just want to say, I really liked his clothes. I like clothes because I'm a big guy like he is, like shape-wise, right? Where we're just stocky dudes. Or you know what I'm saying? Curvy dudes. And he had really nice clothes.
He does have nice clothes. He dresses very well. I've noticed that a lot of his shorts are really cool. I don't know if that's a weird observation, but he's got cool shorts.
Factual. I want those shorts.
Yeah.
Also, he seems to like really know how to work his way around a crowd.
Very much so. Very personable, which is going to be good for him in the beginning, bad for him at the end. We'll see how that goes.
He's a smoker.
He is a smoker. Can we get into that? I want to say that before we move on. Yeah. I thought they stopped casting smokers.
Which is prejudice.
A little bit. But, it's cool because I saw him on the live feeds. He was smoking a cigarette, and I was shocked. I was like, "Whoa! I thought they stopped doing that."
And they showed it on air too.
They surely did.
They showed it on air.
Which
smoking.
I mean, go off.
Fierce.
I can imagine being in that house. You need a cigarette. Yeah. Next house guest we met was Frenchie. Frenchie. He's a farmer, a family man, and he's a self-proclaimed strategist.
Proclaimed.
Yeah.
Proclaimed.
Big brother aficionado over here.
And I don't want to say anything else. I think we should continue going on.
I mean, he did say that he took notes in a composition book while he's watching the season. We'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
And then we have Xavier, who is a lawyer. Who did openly say that he was going to lie about his occupation in the house. I didn't hear what he said he was doing so far this season, but yeah, he's very smart, I'm assuming, if
very
he's a lawyer.
handsome. Holy God, he's hot. Jesus Christ. There's so many hot dudes this season. And he has a beautiful smile.
Yes.
So that's also good. Just saying. Mm-hmm. Okay. Next.
So that was just the first 4 that we met, and then those first 4 went into a competition, as they always do in the beginning.
Right.
And Derek F was the no. So Derek F was the first house guest to enter the house, which Cam, I don't know if you're familiar with. If you're a Big Brother fan, you know that is actually a curse. People that enter the house first. I was paying attention to that when we were watching the premiere. He went in first, and I'm terrified for him. Maybe he'll break the curse. Maybe it won't work. But people that go in first typically don't have a good run in the house.
I'm not doing curses. After 2021, we don't do curses.
Literally.
We don't do curses.
2020 was enough of a curse.
2021, yeah. 2021, it's fresh.
Yes.
Dewy. Okay. Oily. We're good. Go off, Derek. We got you.
They did their competition, and Frenchie was the winner of the first HOH competition.
Yes, he was.
Or of that competition of the summer.
Yes, he was. And also, what they end up showing as well later on is that Frenchie makes a promise that he will not put any of the guys that he competed with on that first comp.
He did, if he is to win HOH.
If he were to win HOH. So
second wave of house guests, our first wave of females, we have Azza. She's a first-generation American. I know, I like Azza a lot, too. She's really cool. What did she say? She was first-generation American.
She said she's first-generation American. Her grandfather is a polygamist and has 8 wives, and she has over, I want to say 300
cousins.
But that may not be correct. I'm going to be honest. Not polygamous, but my father's parents are religious. They have 11 children, and I have over 100 cousins, so I definitely don't discount that.
Right, so you can relate a little bit.
I'm not polygamous, though.
No.
Not polygamous, but she's fierce, though.
No shade. I love Azza so much.
And I love tall girls that wear heels. Endurance.
And just the fact that she's like really easily able to like keep her composure in the house. We're getting ahead of ourselves. But yeah, she's very cool and calm and collected in the house. I think she's going to do well.
Yeah, I like her.
Second girl that we meet is Brittany. She's a 3-time world champion in martial arts. And something that I also found interesting was that she is on the spectrum. She's autistic, which I think is really cool that they keep putting people in the house that are on the
she's a teacher, spectrum. Though.
She
said that she was a teacher. Is that bad luck?
That she's a teacher? No, typically if you're going in the house, if you say that you're a model, that is bad luck.
That's bad luck.
Models go home first. Teacher isn't really like a believable. Well, she's also not lying about her profession. But if you lie and say that you're a teacher, that's usually not a good look, and they see through that. But
and she's from a family of teachers as well.
Exactly. So I think she's covered as far as her occupation is concerned.
And I like her.
I like her too. She's fun. She's quirky.
She's quirky. She has a personality, and she's athletic as fuck. So
definitely.
Excuse me, I'm gonna bleep that. So I think she could. I think she could do something.
I think she's good. Next one is Alyssa. She is a swimwear designer, and she is big on being independent. She made that very clear in her intro that she was, had to fight for her life, or not fight for her life, but in her life, and she's very independent and self-sufficient. I think that's really cool. She's a swimwear designer too. Started her whole brand.
She's a young lady too, doing that. Also, she said, she, like you said, she's independent. She kind of grew up. She had to, raise herself almost, is kind of what it seemed like. Very misunderstood.
I think so.
I think she's very misunderstood. And that's because of a stereotype on women on the show.
Truly. Which we will get. Yes.
Which we will also get there.
And then our last.
What's wrong with you? No.
You're absurd.
You're absurd.
The light keeps catching my face weird. I'm just gonna pick my notes up and bring them over here. Okay. Whitney was our last from the first wave of women. She's a single mother, and she also kind of seemed like she had a little rough life in the beginning.
Yeah, she said she had she's had a past. I think she implied maybe like a history with drugs, I believe,
and an abusive relationship. I think I read that on Twitter somewhere.
But my fucking God, she's stunning.
She is beautiful.
Stunnisha. And has a body. You go, girl. White girl with body.
Yes, she's very great. And she was actually the winner of her comp.
She was. Yes, she was.
Yes, she did a really good job with that puzzle.
That's right. Which also, the first competition was where they basically had to reorganize this little puzzle thing. So, if you're watching the visual, we'll put a picture up.
Yeah, we'll edit that in.
Yeah, we'll put that right there.
But yeah, she won the second wave. And then let me see. Our third wave of house guests was Kyland. Kyland is he does nonprofit work for like charities to help.
Hot boy Kyland. I'm gonna keep on saying it.
And he's such a nice guy.
Yum, and he cries. Yeah.
We'll get to the crying here in a second, but he's genuinely a nice guy. I like Kyland a lot. Yeah, I think he's cool. He's really down, and he's not afraid to show his emotions. At least this early in the game,
he's a little sweet, sensitive bird, and I want to know what his life is about. Like, what do you do?
Nonprofit work, allegedly.
What do you do?
What do you think he has? He's hiding something. I guess so.
What do you do?
No. Like, Kylan, have you noticed him yet? Next up, we have Christian. Christian, a big curly hair.
Oh my God, so hot as well.
I actually put in my notes curly hair.
Hold on.
We're
going to have to take a break.
Okay.
Because technical difficulties, and I just got to clear out my storage. Nothing cute.
Oh, it's okay.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk some more.
Yes, we will. Okay, so
wait, we gotta. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Did you miss us? Okay, welcome back.
When we left off, we were talking about Christian. Big curls.
Sexy man.
I actually wrote that in my notes about him was curly hair equals personality because he's been wearing those curls in the house like a real badge of honor, and this is coming from someone with curly hair.
And listen, I'm not the one usually to celebrate white men with cornrows, but damn.
Oh, so you liked the whole Malibu's Most Wanted look? Okay.
I'm like realizing things about myself, Mason, as a person. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes Justin Timberlake isn't terrible.
Okay.
Next person.
Okay, well, yeah, Christian was there. We got into Derek X.
Derek X
is the next one. He is. I put down nerd turned frat because he said that he was, lightly like a nerd, not really in with the popular crowd. But then he went to college, joined a fraternity, and now he's one of the bros.
And I also just want to say a big shout out to his parents for saying, "Do not come back here as a failure." Because my mom. You know what though? My mom is the same vibe. My mom is very much like, if you're gonna take time off of your job,
literally,
to do a game show
for 3 months,
you better freaking win that money, honey.
Come home with something.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and his dad was very on point for that. He was just like, "Don't come home without it.
Do not come home without a win." That's all I'm gonna tell you.
So I'm here for that.
I'm done.
And then last of the guys, we met Brent, who is a world traveler. He's a flight attendant.
Yeah.
And a self-proclaimed ladies' man.
God damn it. Well, no, you can keep going.
And so, yeah, I mean, he's hot too. All the guys are hot. All the girls are hot. Everybody's hot in this show. But he is the one that...
crazy because I feel like that show, Are You the One that comes on right afterwards?
Love Island.
Or Love Island, excuse me. Same thing.
Yeah, truly.
I just don't think that they're that hot. But these people are like, maybe it's because I'm like readjusting. Maybe it's just because, I don't know. I just feel like maybe they're more approachable.
No, and that's what it is. We discussed this earlier, is that how, you know, on shows like Love Island or Are You the One or The Challenge or whatever, they're all good looking, they're all hot, but they're all like Adonises and like model type people.
Yeah, which I mean, Big Brother's done that too.
No, of course,
Big
but
Brother
like
invented that.
With this season or with this cast for BB23, they're all really attractive, but they're all really approachable looking.
Yeah, it's another level.
If I saw any of them in the club, I would definitely feel comfortable to walk up and say hello.
I would.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't say hello to any of them?
No, because they're hot.
Yeah.
They're like, take off the filter. You're hot.
Yeah.
They're hot.
One more time.
They're hot.
Yes.
Okay.
So then of that group of guys, Christian was the winner of that comp.
Yes. Christian.
So
Yes.
then our last round of girls, we had Sarah Beth, who is, I believe, the first Big Brother house guest to have two names.
And she's also boring. Keep going.
She's
She's bisexual, though. Shout out.
She's
That's
bisexual.
cool.
She has a girlfriend, and she's actually a cosplayer.
She is smart. She's a smart girl.
Yeah, she's a forensic scientist.
Yeah, she's a smart girl.
And I love how, because like I'm into crime drama stuff, I love how she was like, I'm comfortable being in a courtroom, and you know, like I can handle myself under pressure. And I was like,
true,
yeah, go
but
off.
Here's my thing. You're not in a courtroom, honey.
No, you're in a house.
These are a bunch of sociopaths.
Truly.
Living. Well, I guess that is a courtroom.
Yeah, but she's not actively hanging out with the criminal element or whatever.
Very that.
But now in this house, she is. She's got to hang out with these, you know, criminals or whatever, and mental criminals. But you said she was boring, so we'll move on. I don't think so, but yes.
She also listed that her talents were sewing.
Is that boring?
In Big Brother, that's not a talent.
What are you gonna do? Because you can't sew in the house.
With what?
I guess she
A
could
marker?
crochet. Like
With what?
I don't know. How do you crochet? Is that the one with the needles? I don't know.
Yeah, you got, or maybe you can use your fingers.
Oh yeah, you can like finger weave, right? I'm sure she'll figure it out.
Yeah, because that's what I'm gonna need in Big Brother. A giant scarf made out of pantyhose tops.
Here I weaved you this basket.
Of pantyhose tops.
I mean,
Next person. I'm bored.
Next person is Hannah, which I would like to say first and foremost with her grad student. She is the first house guest in Big Brother US history to be born in the 2000s. In this millennium, she was born in May of 2000. We're old.
You know what I was doing in 2000?
What were you doing in 2000?
I was saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I created Calvary Academy.
Okay. I was 4, so I was probably just picking my nose and eating goldfish. I don't know what I was doing in 2004.
Gross.
Yeah, that's just the kind of guy I was. But Hannah is, she's kind of an early life genius. She's only 21. She's the youngest house guest in the house right now.
And she dances.
She dances, does a lot of TikTok dances this season. Between her and Brittany, they are just like...
There are a lot of TikTok. I never put that
literally,
together.
like in the intro, which I'm sure we'll talk about the intro eventually.
Yeah, she was fully woeing.
No, literally. And then I like when I'm watching the live feeds, Brittany and Hannah are constantly moving. And just like pop locking it and like waving their arms and stuff.
I
And
love that.
I mean, I'm here for it too because it's entertaining. You know what I mean? For us as viewers, but also for like, and you're in the house.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do. Hannah, dance really quick.
Especially post-COVID. Wiggle.
Yeah,
Girl,
exactly.
Ladies,
go off.
Wiggle. Gentlemen, wiggle. Everybody just wiggle.
Just dance.
This is my earring.
Oh, a little sneak peek from the earring. Okay.
Yes.
Next house guest, we have Claire. Now, Claire is awesome. I like Claire a lot.
Claire.
Claire is tall girl.
Oh, it's Claire. Yes.
Which,
yes.
no disrespect when I say that, but she is
Also
tall.
a genius.
Genius. She's an AI what? She does something with AI.
AI technical architect.
There we go. Yes.
What is that? Yeah. Also, she is
She's an alternate. There was another house guest that was supposed to be in her place that couldn't get in because I think she was diagnosed with COVID. So they had to remove her. And then Claire came in as the alternate.
Sucks.
Which, I mean...
Do you think they would bring her back next season to play that person?
Because, like, if you're a Big Brother fan, you know Dan Giesling, one of the greatest players to play of all time. Before his original season, he auditioned 7 times before they allowed him in the house. So the fact that she was able to make it to be a cast member and then just to be dropped... I'm sure she could come back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
I would also like to say there are plenty of people in competition reality show history that are famous alternates that won
Yeah,
So,
truly.
You never know.
Which I think she has high. She definitely has what it takes because from what we've seen this week, she's doing very well. But
also, move your cord because it's like rubbing it. It picks it up. There we go.
So sorry.
You're good.
Last but not least, certainly not least, house guest, we have Tiffany, who is my current favorite after what we just saw on Thursday's
Tiffany's
episode.
a legend. Tiffany is an up and coming legend.
Truly.
I know it.
She's
I
amazing.
Feel it. I feel it.
She is she's a single
excited.
mother, just like Whitney. She's a phlebotomist, which is she's in the medical field.
Yeah. She takes blood.
I word on here working on her fitness because in her intro thing, she was fully pulling that tire down the city streets of Detroit.
Mason, I fully told you we were talking about some of these people and I looking at their pictures and I'm like, that lady definitely does CrossFit and beats up tires. Mm-hmm. And she literally did that.
In her intro video, she was flipping tires and dragging them down the sidewalk.
And she's a cool mom.
She's a cool mom. She is also the oldest house guest this season of this cast. She's 43, I believe. Right. But that ain't slowing her down. She's doing a great job.
Like, what is 43 though? To be honest,
43 is the new 19. That's all we're gonna say.
Well, say that to their cirrhotic liver.
And then of those 4 girls, Claire was the winner of that competition. So you've been hearing me say winners of the competition. They're playing for team captains.
Yes.
This season which the captain term loses all of its weight after they pick their teams. But
absolutely.
Those 4, so it was
those 4 teams, the Joker, yellow.
Yes.
Aces, red, kings, blue, and queens, green.
Right. So how they did it was they had your team captains, which was Frenchie, Whitney, Christian, and Claire. And then they kind of did like like a slot machine where they pulled up 2 house guests and they kind of gave like a little bit of information. And then the captains chose from there.
Though. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
what did you know? Yeah.
I felt like it was kind of like a gimmicky, like it seemed kind of rigged.
It was because when you notice the 2 house guests they were putting next to each other were very similar. Like they would put Derek or what was it? They put the 2 Dereks together. Yeah. Because they obviously have the connection with their name. They would put like Kyland and Xavier together, right? You know, Azza and Tiffany together, like that kind of stuff, which I can see because they were trying to like maybe mix up the teams a little bit.
They want people with the similar personalities to be on each team.
Exactly.
So it's a little bit of everything.
So we got our teams. I'm going to run through them super fast. So in the Jokers, we have Frenchie, Azza, Brittany, Derek, F. Aces, we have Whitney, Brent, Derek, X, and Hannah. Kings, Christian, Alyssa, Xavier, Sarah Beth. And Queens, Claire, Kyland, Tiffany, and Travis. That will come in play because teams will be going for the first 4 weeks of the game.
That's right. Similar to...
there we go.
What season? What were they? Was it when they had the mentors?
I don't remember the number, but that was the season. It was Janelle's 3rd season.
Yes.
16.
Was it 16? No, that seems a little high.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it was maybe 14 or 15.
That's right.
Where they did like the mentor program thing in the Big Brother house. It really was. And then, you know, the teams lasted about the same amount of time and then they got rid of them and they all started playing for real. Yeah. But yeah, it's only going to be for the first 4 weeks. So then what they did was they did their first HOH competition within their teams. Yeah. And the Jokers were the winners. They had to like stack cards, right? And then hold it up and then go run and touch a buzzer before it fell.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a whole thing, and the competition was pretty cool,
like basically the people who were not captains had to hold the ropes, keep the House of Cards balanced.
Correct.
Because it's kind of like this Monte Carlo kind of vibe for the house this season, which there's also 2 stories, which you forgot to add.
Yes. So the outdoors is 2 stories for the first time ever. Yes.
Functional. We saw in the live feed where it was... the karate girl.
It was Brittany and Tiffany. They walked up there and they were just chilling. And we were just like, wait a minute. Whoa. I thought they got rid of that after the premiere. But no, it's there permanently.
Which we kind of saw last season as well. They kind of used it with Dr. Will and all that.
Yes, the little balcony and whatever. Right. But yeah, also with that, you know, there's a lot of changes that they made to the house as well. There's a weight room inside the house.
Yes, there's more codes.
There's more codes, which is needed so they can sneak around and talk.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't like the fact that everything is so open. We need places where secrets are made.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Little closets to like go in and whisper really quick and then get out.
Psychopathic.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to do.
So the Jokers, Frenchie's team ended up winning the game, which means he as team captain was the HOH.
That's right.
which was when Julie offered to double or nothing him.
Boom, boom, boom.
She offered him. So with that, he got a week of safety because he's HOH or head of household. But his team, so Azza, Derek F, and Brittany are all safe for the week as well. And then Julie offered to double or nothing his offer for 2 weeks of safety if he was able to complete a game. Now, he chose not to, which I think was a smart move.
Yeah, because I feel like, especially the first week, you don't want to be the guy who's like, well,
won 3 competitions back to back.
Or just be that cocky douchebag, because then that makes you look like you're really just gunning for it.
No,
and it
literally.
feels like whenever you play these games, everyone, I guess because they want to be comfortable, they want to go in neutral. So it's like, oh, we got to be nice. Let's all be cordial. Let's get through this little welcome packet, and then we can be savages. But
no, definitely.
You got to be a savage from the top. That's why I didn't like last season's, outcome, because I felt like they could have been more aggressive with getting Memphis out on episode 1.
Exactly.
Personally,
so he ended up deciding not to, and then Julie made him do it anyway, and he ended up winning the competition, which was a waste.
So Julie, wait. Julie made him do it anyways?
Well, remember, she kind of coaxed him into it. She was like, I mean, you already said no, but you should play the game anyway and see what would have happened.
Oh, fierce. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
and he did it. He ended up
okay.
winning the competition.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It didn't mean anything, but yeah. And then that's how the premiere ended.
Well, damn, he should have played.
He should have, because then he would have got 2 weeks of safety for him and his team.
Yeah, he should have played. Oh my God, he should have played. Sorry.
And then Julie at the end of the episode told us about a wild card comp, which is now our Sunday competition that we will be seeing on Sundays, where they will fight for extra safety or extra rewards.
Well, that's lovely. I think it's time to take a break.
Yes.
And when we come back, we will talk about episode 2.
Yep.
BRB.
We're back. Bye.
Oh my God, Mason, we're back. We're so back. Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. Watch Big Brother on it.
Or Ron Paul's Drug Race.
Definitely watch that show too. But today's not about RuPaul.
No. Ron Paul.
Excuse me. Sorry, I don't watch Drag Race. I don't know.
And we're not talking about Drag Race.
No, we're not.
We're talking about the American economy.
Oh.
Do you know who Ron Paul is?
I do know who Ron Paul is. He's a senator, right?
Yeah,
He was going to run for president, right?
Yeah, well, he's a politician.
Yeah. His brother is Rand Paul, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm familiar.
Rand Paul's Drug Race.
I get it. I get the joke. Thank you, Ghost, for laughing. No. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Oh, welcome back.
Off to a roaring start
Yeah.
for episode 2.
There we go.
So let's just get into it, because there's a lot of information this week. This week was chaos. That's why at the beginning of the show I said that the HOH needed to take a breath, because Frenchie came out of winning his HOH hard. He came out so ready to play. Alliances left and right. I think after the first 2 days, he had 13 active alliances.
Which I love.
Frenchie had 13 alliances set up.
See, I want to just give a shout out. I forget what the production company is, or the company that does casting.
Yeah.
They turned it out this season.
They truly did.
Because here's the thing. If I'm watching a reality television show, yeah, we want the strongest player to win. Mm-hmm. But I also want to see a show.
Right.
And I want this to be a well-rounded ensemble.
Of course.
And, honey, Frenchie gave me a whole storyline.
This week was chaos, and watching
Psychotic.
like the Twitter feeds, even before the veto was even played.
Before the veto.
Because in the like real time in the house, they play the vetoes on Fridays, I believe.
It was giving me season 5
Yeah.
realness. Like, it was very much like fuck a veto.
Yeah.
We're going straight to elimination.
Definitely.
It felt like that.
And people on Twitter were saying it's only been day 3, and I feel like I've watched 3 months of this show already because Frenchie was just playing so hard. And like, you know, we're targeting this person. No, we're targeting that person. Hey, do you want to be in an alliance? Oh, we don't trust you anymore.
Which is wild because it actually kind of seems like it fused the house together almost.
It really did.
And you know what I'm saying?
There was also, there was like a sense of camaraderie with the house because everybody was like, hey.
And we're back.
We're back.
Yay.
We are here.
We are here.
So we were still talking about technically episode 2. Frenchie's crazy. It made alliance with everyone. So he said that he wanted to target showmances and the big bros.
Yes.
Now what they didn't touch on the episode that I saw on the live feeds was that Frenchie apparently has an aversion to big jock type guys.
He says,
but just because like apparently when he was a kid or whatever, he wasn't like, you can't play with us because you're smaller or whatever. And then he goes and plays football and like, you know, shows everybody that he's
big bully.
Exactly.
Big mistake.
It was
huge.
From what it sounded like he lived like a Rudy lifestyle. Like, have you ever seen the movie Rudy? Yeah. Very.
Rudy.
That was Frenchie's life, I suppose, from what he says.
Frenchie said no one.
Yeah, no. So he said he was going to go after showmances and like the jockey guys, but he also did say that he wasn't going to nominate any women, and he didn't overtly say I'm not going to nominate a person of color, or that he wouldn't. He just said that a person of color always goes home first.
He did, though. No.
So he did.
I feel like he did say that, though.
Promise that he was not going to do that.
Yeah, there was he had a conversation in the HOH room. Mm-hmm. If I'm wrong, drag me, whatever. I don't even use my Twitter. But he said something like, I'm not going to nominate people of color and I'm not going to nominate
women.
Yeah. But at the same time, he did openly say jocks, which also includes sexy lawyer from Philly.
And Kyland as well.
So.
Yeah. So we'll see. So really he was going after Brent at first. Yeah. That was his main target. But then he had a heart-to-heart.
Orlando Bloom 2.0.
Right? He does kind of look like Orlando Bloom. Like Italian Orlando Bloom. So they ended up having a heart-to-heart. Brent talked to Frenchie about like his life, and unfortunately that he had lost his father to suicide and all that. And so it kind of tugged at Frenchie a little bit, and he was like, oh, well, I can't, go after him now.
Which he totally could.
I mean, he could have, but I mean, it does show that.
Pause. It didn't rotate for some reason. That's so weird.
You know what? The first show always has a lot of technical difficulties. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Because I was really just trying to change my brightness.
Oh, you know what?
So I was like, battery. This is not really my issue. It's also just fucking bright, dude.
Literally.
It's like, Jesus Christ. I need to see myself that much.
Okay. Now, behind the scenes, Derek X, who is also on Brett's team, apparently was telling Frenchie that he should nominate Brent.
Right.
Which they didn't show on the actual live shows, but that we had seen on the feeds.
Yeah, that also kind of frustrated me. They did a lot of story cutting.
A lot of editing.
Yeah. So apparently there was a point in time after, like you said, the conversation where they had the heart-to-heart, airline guy and Frenchie, where, they're like, okay, you're good. You're not on my target list anymore.
Right.
So then it became Orlando Bloom guy.
Brent.
Right. And then, what's the guy from Austin? Travis. And Philly lawyer.
Yes, Xavier.
Yes. But it also seemed like he was just at one point like just targeting people. Just like he's like, I'm going to judge you off of what you look like. And honestly, everyone kind of seemed like they were still mingling and
exactly.
still, like,
everybody was still having fun.
Yeah.
And he was just, I mean, it's his job. He's HOH. He's supposed to be gunning for people. But, like, can you.
How about you
something?
breathe and unpack first before you do that?
Literally.
You know
And he actually said that, too. I don't know if they showed it on the show or the live feeds, but Frenchie had actually said that even though he was in the HOH room, he never unpacked his suitcase.
Which is crazy.
Everybody else, like, put their things away or whatever. He fully kept his things in his suitcase.
The only person who's, like, for sure, like, I am here.
Yes.
I am coming back next week. I can unpack all of my underwear. But maybe it's like that. But at the, you can't live out of your suitcase.
No,
you know what I'm
no,
saying?
no.
So
He's
come
going to
on,
have to
Frenchie.
pick a drawer eventually.
Exactly.
So then,
drawer.
after his heart-to-heart with Brent, he decided that he was going to shift gears and go after Christian, curly hair.
Yes.
Orlando
Bloom.
And that was essentially his target. That was who he was going to go for.
Right.
And then the wild card competition happened, where all of the teams, minus the HOH's team, gets to pick one person to play for safety. This week it was safety. I don't know if that's going to be a theme every week, but they'll get to play for that. This week it was safety.
Right.
But the interesting thing, though, is that once you've already played, you cannot play again until everyone in your team has played.
Which I kind of love that.
I love that, too, because then,
too.
What's going to stop me from playing every single week to get safety?
Because also, I did not like that with last season where it was literally you play once and you're done. And so at one point, it almost seemed like they were forcing them to play the upstairs game or whatever.
Exactly.
And the first game was cute, which was basically where they had to go into a room where there was it set up to where it looks like there's a party.
Yes.
If you're familiar with Silent Library, they kind of take some of the elements of it where they mic the room around.
Exactly.
And then the sound you make adds to an overall count. And they sabotage these poor children immediately from the jump. There was no way. Which, could you imagine, though, if somebody knew, open very softly.
No, yeah.
But that's also, like, pay attention to the game. I would have thought that. Like,
right.
There's going to be something behind the door.
The first door that they entered the game in, there was a pyramid of cans, and all three of them fell for it, but Kylan is the only one, because they did it again in another room that they had to go in. Kylan was the only one that did it twice. He was kind of a bull in a china shop. I think he had the highest score.
Yes, he
out
did.
of all three. So, okay, let's go. So, Christian, Kylan, and Hannah were the three that were playing this competition.
Yes, they were.
And they all seemed like they did very well. Kylan had a very high score, which the lower the score, the better.
Yeah.
Kylan had like 600 because he was being so loud in there.
I didn't think he was that loud, though. I just didn't remember him being that loud.
I'm sure it was a lot of like micro noises that just added up. Hannah did very well, but she ended up losing. And Christian, who is proving himself to be a competition beast.
But that means they need to chop him within the next 2 weeks.
No, he's going to have to go. I can see why Frenchie was going after him because he is a competition threat.
Yeah.
He won, the first two competitions? Or the first competition he came in and then got second place in that HOH competition.
Right,
so it was he was doing very well. So he won safety. And then they brought out that wheel. And it had like 1 through 3 just kind of all around the wheel, right?
Yes.
And they had to spin it, or he had to spin it, and whichever it landed on, he got to pick safety for his other teammates. And he ended up just getting a 1 or a 2, whichever was meant he gets to pick another person.
Oh, that's right. So he chose... who did he choose?
Xavier.
That is wrong.
So that's 2 people that jockey or guys that Frenchie can't choose from because he can't go for Christian anymore because that was his main target. He's safe, and now he can't pick Xavier. So what is he going to do? And what does he do?
He literally backfires on the exact thing that he said he was not going to do, which was put up a woman,
Alyssa,
and then put up a person of color,
Kylan. Which she is also a person of color herself.
Yes.
And Twitter had
Kamala B.
a field day for it. They were so upset. I was upset because it's like, what are you doing? You already went back on your promise. And I mean, I get that your, what's it called? Choices were limited. What'd you say?
I said not Kamala B. I don't know why I said that. I meant the swimsuit designer.
Yes.
Kamala B is safe. She's safe to slay another week.
He's talking about Hannah because she does look like Kamala Harris a little bit.
And Cardi B.
If they perfectly fusion danced together.
Fused.
So that was pretty much the end of episode 2 was the nominations. Alyssa was really upset, and so was Kylan. They both were crying.
Alyssa was like, my friends are going to be so ashamed of me if I come back as that person. Your friends need to support you. They should just be glad that you're on television.
Right. Well, and then we kind of skipped it. The reason that he had nominated Alyssa was because he believed that Alyssa and Christian were in a showmance together, which was not true at all.
Which goes back to his judgment of people.
Exactly.
From nowhere.
Very judgmental for someone that, first of all, said that he was judged a lot in his life and didn't want that for the house.
Yeah.
But also that he's coming in there saying like, Derek F., you remind me of my best friend.
I like to see it.
Like he's got a GBF at home. And then,
I'd like to see it.
Because you know what? I don't want to call anybody out, but his gay best friend from home hasn't stepped forward. Not that I've seen.
Where is he?
Where
are you?
No one has come forward to say that that man is their friend. So that's just.
Where are you?
Show yourself.
Show yourself.
So that's why Alyssa was on the block, and I forgot what his reasoning was for Kylan. All of it made no sense. He doesn't know what he's doing or what he's talking about.
Right.
So that leads us into episode 3, which was the veto episode this past Wednesday.
Yes. Should we take a break before we talk about the veto?
I say yes.
Oh, no, wait. Let's talk about the veto. Then we'll take a break.
You want to get into it? Okay, yeah, because then we can talk about Thursday.
And then we can talk about... there we go.
Okay, so veto episode, a lot of tears. Kylan, like we said at the beginning, is showing himself to be not a sensitive guy. I don't want to label him
He cries
sensitive.
so much.
He does cry a lot.
Oh, my God.
But I
beautiful
think that's just
smile,
he's a
though.
nice guy, though. He's like, wears his emotions on his sleeve,
Do you think CBS paid for his teeth to be that white?
I'm sure CBS helps them with their image.
Because, oh my God.
I'm not saying that his teeth weren't that white before, but I'm sure they help them with like their hair or like deciding what their style is going to be for the thing, for the show.
You're this guy when you come into the house. Just be that
exactly.
Guy.
I'm
Just
sure
be that guy.
They whiten their teeth. They probably give them like skin treatments or whatever,
Blemishes.
Yeah, exactly. Take them to a spa real quick.
Oh, I just need to do a quick callback. The first episode when they were showing people getting their key to the house. Woof. Woof, woof, woof. That was some of the cringiest acting I've ever seen in my life.
I hated, who was it? They were in someone's home when they gave them the key, which is often the case on the premiere episodes.
Was it
Azza?
No, it wasn't Azza. Was it Azza?
Was it Azza? They were in someone's kitchen when they were like, oh my God, is this mine? Am I going on Big Brother? Oh my God. How do you not know when you
Or
have
was it the
a camera?
phlebotomist? No. She was funny. She was like, yeah, I got it. Let's go.
She was not with the fuck shit because she was just like, and
she was at work.
We could bleep that. Literally,
she was at work.
She said, "Oh, you can put that over there.
Over there. Let's go.
Let's go. Come on.
Let's go. I'm out, bitch."
Darlene, you got the shift.
Throws her robe because she will win that money.
Tiffany, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to jinx it, but I am really rooting for Tiffany. She is doing amazing in there, sweetie. You are doing so good.
Let's talk about the veto.
Okay, so yes.
So picture it. We're in the Big Brother living room. Okay. Yes. So we have they're pulling out the names, no, they're picking the names, right?
No, yeah, they're picking the names, but we forgot to say something. So
before,
after Christian was
betrayal,
saved,
betrayal.
I promise in later episodes we'll be more organized.
Or not.
You're
listening, you're watching. Whatever.
So Derek X, we got to go back to that. He said that he kind of backstabbed Brent a little bit, who's on his team. And
Brent just shared to all of America that his father just committed suicide.
Literally. And then Frenchie told Brent that Derek X was saying those things. So he confronted him, which they also edited. They showed the talk on the episode, but they really whittled down what happened because I saw it live on the feeds. I watched it myself. And
it was fierce.
Brent was very calm about it. Like he was very articulate and calm with how he was talking to Derek X.
Yeah.
But he basically was like, you backstabbed me. You threw my name under the bus for no reason. You didn't really have, a motive, but it's cool because I need you.
He threw his teammate, which eventually the teams will dissolve, of course. But he threw his teammate under the bus.
Yeah.
For no reason.
None.
Also, there's a lot of that. Because also, just like Danielle, Frenchie's reasoning for putting Danielle up is because she said that she was loyal to the people in her team.
He means Alyssa.
Or Alyssa, excuse me. Why did I said Danielle. There's a lot of people. I'm going to get the names.
There's 16 people,
yeah. But no, Alyssa, he literally told Alyssa, oh, well, you told me you were loyal to your people, so I had a dream. And I had to go fishing. Yeah, okay, we'll save that for the end because I feel like at the end we need to do a segment where it's like honorable mentions.
Our favorite moments.
Our favorite, our highlights.
Yes.
We'll talk about that.
So, okay, continue. They are picking. So
they're picking
Derek X is his target. Derek X is Frenchie's now target.
Because Derek X started to mess. But
Yes.
Derek X honestly was like probably scared and Frenchie was getting into his head.
Yeah, of
Frenchie
course.
was kind of getting into his head.
He's manipulative.
Very. And creepy. He kept stalking the rooms.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was looking outside the room while they were talking, and Tiffany saw his feet under the door. It was like, hold on, guys, stop.
Which Tiffany's very good at that.
She's good. She's amazing.
She's stealthy.
And then she went and busted him at the door.
Yeah.
Because he was listening. And then he just stood there. It was like, oh, I was just going to come in here and grab whatever. And everybody was looking at him like, what do you
white
mean?
man lurking through my doorway?
I think not.
I think not. I think not. No, but seriously, but yeah, I don't know. Frenchie, come on now, man.
Yeah.
But that being said, so Derek F is completely the target.
X.
Or why did I say F? Derek X. Derek X is completely the target.
Yes.
And so, what was the rundown of the people who were selected?
So, I forget who picked who, but okay, so we have our HOH, Frenchie, we have Kyland and Alyssa, our noms.
Of course.
Then it was Travis, Tiffany,
yes.
And Derek X is picked.
Dun dun dun.
So-
which Frenchie's pissed because Frenchie's like, my plan, it's gonna foil. But it's like, which plan are we going?
Yeah,
with
honestly,
now?
because you've had 7.
I don't know who you're going.
So
after.
I don't know what you want from us, Frenchie.
Yeah.
And then Travis was also his backup plan. So he's like, well, damn, both of my people
are safe.
Are well, not safe yet,
Or
but
not
they
safe,
have the
but
opportunity to
be
save
safe,
themselves.
yeah.
So then they go and do the veto. It's a really cool competition. They have to like roll a ball from point A to point B.
It reminded me of that the competition that Kaser did last year, where they had to like roll the pins.
Yeah, like the teeter-totter thing.
Yeah, but it was like completely vertical, and I like that.
Yes, and they had to like hit certain points. Like it was like a big cocktail, and they had to like hit different fruit on their way down with their balls. And
again, they are hitting this Monte Carlo theme really hard, Julie Chen.
yeah,
We get it.
yeah, it's a casino and a beach theme.
We get it. We don't even have that here.
Yeah, right. Not in Texas.
we don't.
No.
No, in America, we don't.
Oh,
even have
I was
that.
sure.
That doesn't exist. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go off.
Yeah.
And then, do you know who won said veto?
Dun dun dun. Derek.
Yes. So now another one of Frenchie's targets is safe.
So what does this
Again.
mean? Frenchie's a compulsive liar because his strategic planning is bullshit.
Yeah. It doesn't work. It's not working.
His job is going to be like, we need to have a conversation with
I
him.
don't want to say it's the worst HOH run I've ever
It
seen.
is.
But it's pretty bad. Maybe Cody from BB, what was that, 19 or 20? Mm-hmm. That was a really rough HOH run, his first. Because it was the same thing. All of Cody's targets were safe or saved. And so, yeah, Derek or Frenchie having a real rough of it, but also deserved because he's really playing
He
hard
keeps
for
putting
no
himself
reason.
in this mess for no reason.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we will talk about the conclusion of the veto and how it will affect our first elimination.
Yes.
When we come back, this is Eviction Notice. I'm Cam D.
And I'm Mae.
Keep. Hey y'all.
Hey.
It's Cam
and Mae. Y'all misses?
Yeah, your country
Probably
breakfast is
not.
missing. Oh, your country breakfast is ready. Ha ha. Okay, let's talk about the veto.
Okay, so everybody was running to Derek X.
Because he won, and he looked great in his little lime green shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
And basically, they want him to use it really bad. Frenchie wants him to use it on Kyland, so that way they can put up Travis. Alyssa was fighting really hard for him to use it on her so she can be safe. I mean, of course, everybody wants to be safe. And after a lot of deliberation and a lot of thinking, I didn't know which way it was going to fall.
Right.
But he ended up using it on Kyland.
Which is great because it seemed like there was a big house effort to make sure that Kylan was safe.
Yes, everybody likes Kylan. Again, sweet guy.
Because I think the house still judges Alyssa, though, for being like kind of like a weak player just because she's a smaller person. But I think she's fierce.
I don't think Alyssa. Well, I don't know. I don't think that she can compete like some of the others. But I think psychologically and socially, I think she can play very well.
Yeah,
and that goes to her like a whole independent thing.
I don't know. I think she's scrappy. I think she can.
You think so?
I think she can.
I see her being an endurance comp beast.
She did really well also in the competition.
Which one? Oh, the veto.
The veto.
Yeah, she did very
she was
well.
Second, wasn't she?
Somewhere up there.
Yeah, she was. She did really well. So I think she's someone to
watch out for.
Eyes on. I think she could do some shit.
We'll see.
Just saying.
But she's on the block still, and then Frenchie, another godforsaken speech
about nothing.
He said, "What did he say? Farming ain't always easy, or something."
Farming ain't always easy.
I don't know what he said.
I dream about fishing.
Literally, as soon as he started talking, I zoned out. I was like, "Just give your nomination, and we can move on."
My mama told me.
And then. Nominations are like a box of chocolates.
You never know which one you're gonna kick off, especially if they're a girl or if they're black.
Oh my god. Which, I mean, truly his nomination pool was like a box of chocolates because you really didn't know who he was going to pick because he didn't really have anyone to pick.
Yeah. Well, they were able, like you said, successfully able to switch out Kaylin for Travis. Travis is now up for elimination, which in my opinion, I didn't really see a lot of Travis on the live feeds.
Exactly.
I didn't really see a lot of Travis doing a lot of campaigning.
No one did.
I did see Travis in drag a lot, and that was fierce.
Yes. Okay. So is it time to get into that, or are we saving that for favorite moments?
Let's save it for that for favorite moments.
So, final noms, Alyssa and Travis. Twitter wasn't heartbroken.
No, I think Twitter knew that. I knew that this was going to happen. I just had a feeling. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't making himself available. And for someone who likes reality competition shows, a la, Amazing Race, a la Drag Race, blah, 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 I know the person with the most dramatic storyline usually is the person that goes home.
Right.
Or they're the person that wins.
Once you start seeing a lot of someone, like, because, again, same, I like competition reality. Like, let's take a show like Top Chef. I love Top Chef. I know who's going home from the beginning because they will show this person a lot in the episode. Yeah. And then it's like,
and then they drop out.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. I agree. And so I just kind of felt that. Also, I just feel like I want to see people campaign.
Yeah.
And I felt like with Alyssa and Travis, they had their groups. Alyssa was a bit more aggressive, I would probably say.
Yeah.
Throughout. Mainly before the veto about like trying to stay, and I think that kind of worked for her. But at the same time, Travis, I feel like kind of hustled harder.
Did he? Because they showed on the episode that Travis talked to Frenchie and he really just made his 3 points about like basically what does Alyssa have to offer you and then left. He fully left the room. I screamed.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think he should have tried harder.
Oh, okay, I see.
Especially when he had a small group of people who were literally behind his back saying like, this is what you need to do. And I felt like if he was more in their face, more aggressive, more like... honestly, Alyssa was doing all of that. Now that I think about it, she was definitely in people's faces. She went up to... She was... direct to Frenchie about like, why would you put me up when everything you thought was a lie? I have no romantic connection with this person. Literally, I told you my honest truth from the beginning. And honestly, it worked because it made Frenchie look like a psychopath. And
I mean, he didn't need much help.
He didn't need much help, but it literally, she was the mad. She was like, this is what you did to me. And now people can say I have this vendetta against you, because I think honestly Frenchie has a giant red X on his back for next week.
Oh, big
huge
time. The target is huge. It's taking up the whole house.
It's honestly exhausting,
which we'll get into new HOH and leading into next week, but Frenchie needs to watch out next week because his safety is up. So just a lot of campaigning and all that kind of stuff. But the votes came down. It was 11-2. Travis, you have been evicted.
Go home.
This is your eviction notice,
I
Travis.
love their speeches. I just want to say the looks, fierce, which we'll also get to. But Travis also was shirtless. You go,
Travis stripped right at the beginning. She was like, Travis, it's your turn to speak. And he took his shirt off. And then pulled his pants down a little bit. Good for him.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Hey, Travis. I'm not interested. You're weird, actually.
You're weird.
You're weird, actually. No. But no.
And Alyssa looked great in her yellow dress.
She looked amazing. Style icon, queen.
Bam.
I also just want to say shout out to Julie Chen and her patterns. Anyways.
Julie looked great. What do you mean?
Okay. Did you notice what Travis said when he left the house?
What did he say?
When he was talking with Julie Chen.
What did he say?
He says something like, yeah, the writing was on the wall. I'm a hot white guy. Meh.
Oh, that's right. He said, I kind of saw it coming because the white guys with abs go home first. What show is he watching?
That's what I was trying to figure out too. I was
because
like, what?
It's really with like the first house guest to be eliminated, it's really not like statistically models go home. Whether you're male, female, white, black, whatever. It's like statistically.
Is he that thin?
I guess so. But there's also a stigma with the surfer type. A lot of times in Big Brother, the surfer type will go home first. What was it? Braden from 2013. He was the surfer guy. He was out first. I think there was another one that went home first.
Last summer. That's not true. Last summer.
Well, last summer, Keisha went home first.
Keisha?
White girl Keisha.
Oh, damn.
See? You spilled your water everywhere.
My water. My water.
Oh my God. No, I can't believe he said that, though. That was such a douche thing to say.
I was like, did this white man with privilege just tell me that white men are usually the I hope he was saying that out of jest.
That's not even statistically right.
That's not. And that's why, like, is he saying and he was saying it with a straight face.
No, literally. And did you...
And Julie Chen's face?
Julie Chen, like, say it to me. I'll be Julie.
Julie Chen. Travis. Oh, yeah, Julie, yeah, I kind of saw it coming. I'm a hot white guy, and usually we're the first to go.
Anyway, and then like her eyes rolled back so hard, she was completely taken off guard by that statement. I can't believe.
Listen, I just want to say we will be doing an episode eventually, like closer towards the finale, where it's just a stand episode of Julie.
Yes, of course.
And I want to talk about her fashions. I want to talk about her presence, and I also want to talk about her ankles.
Her robotic legs don't seem to turn. They never seem to turn.
360. Okay, yes. Those ankles move.
She will have her feet firmly planted, and she will fully 360 swivel, and her legs will not move.
And look at you dead in your eyes as she does it.
The entire time.
On Paramount
and she knows her angles. She says, camera 2.
Paramount Plus. It's free.
Okay, so Travis has gone by. His goodbye messages were kind of lame. I do want to point out that Brent did out the alliance that he's in, that huge 8-person alliance of Slaughterhouse. Why did he feel that it was necessary to say that? I don't understand why he said that to the first evict.
Honestly, let me reframe my words correctly. I think sometimes people get really excited to be on their favorite show.
Yeah.
But they're like, I want to do what Cody did. I want to do what Jessica did.
Yeah.
I want to do, give me another name. I want to do what Evil Dick did. Janelle. I want to be next Janelle. And so they see all that shit and they're like, let me emulate it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see emulations. I want to see creations.
Truly.
Give me a whole nother person.
Someone else that I can stand for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Something.
And be excited to be like, oh yeah, Tiffany is my favorite player of all time, which she has the potential.
Tiffany is fierce.
This is a Tiffany Stan podcast as of this writing.
Let's move on to our final segment.
Well, hold on, wait.
Oh, okay.
I want to talk about, because we're going to get into like the HOH thing. But I do want to get into the 2 rogue votes, which were Tiffany and Derek F. They voted to evict Alyssa.
Which I love.
Why do you think they did that?
Okay, easy answer. Tiffany. She's consistent and she is a woman about her word.
And Travis was on her team.
And you, exactly, and you... if she didn't do it, it would look shady on her part, to be honest.
Truly.
To play the game forward. Mm-hmm. Because it's all about your word and loyalty.
Yeah.
And thus far, everyone has failed. Except for
literally.
Except for the few, unless you haven't spoken, which to me, you've also failed.
Not even Claire, and that was team captain, and she didn't even vote for him.
Not even Azza.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So honestly, seeing Tiffany do that shows other people she's about her actions.
And she's got character.
She's got character. So you can fuck with her. You know what I'm saying?
Kylie neither. He was on their team too. He was on Travis's team. He didn't even vote for him.
Okay. Not
I'm
even
just saying.
Derek. Not even. Yeah, Derek didn't even.
Well, Derek F is on a different team, but he was. And I saw that
no.
on the live feeds too. That he was like, "I'm gonna throw him a pity vote."
But Derek X.
And he did. Oh, Derek X. Yeah,
Derek
that was
X didn't
supposedly
even
like
vote for
his
him.
best friend. He said he was like, that was the showmance that never happened or whatever. Why did you vote for him then, Derek X?
I was truly confused by that. I was like, what is this about? But I will say for Derek F.
Yes,
strategics.
definitely.
It's
so
because I like when people do that though. When they're like, you know what? I voted for Nicole. Last time I'm gonna vote for Nicole, but I'm gonna say that such and such did it.
right.
Stir some shit up.
And that's exactly what Danny did. Remember when
Yes.
they pinned that vote?
Exactly!
They pinned that vote on. Was it Davon when they?
It was for Davon.
They pinned
Yeah,
that
yeah,
vote
yeah.
on her, which Derek X can now do. He can now turn around and be like, because who's gonna deny him?
Exactly.
He can turn around and be like, oh yeah, that other rogue vote. This
And
person.
to me, I think you have about 2 times where you can successfully do that. Do it at the beginning when there's a lot of people, and
Yeah.
then do that when there's like top 5, top 6.
when you can be convincing.
But you have, and he has a gift. He has a gift of gab.
Definitely.
Okay? He has the gift of gab, so I think he can do that.
Yeah.
He can do that. He gives me fierce Frankie Grande vibes, but the difference is,
Yeah.
I think he's going to be more cunning with the game.
Definitely so. I think he has a
Because-
better chance than Frankie did.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think Frankie could have won. It was because he didn't reset the game.
Yeah. No, he did reset the game.
Oh, that's right, that's
if
right.
He didn't if he didn't reset
Yeah.
it, he would have been fine.
That's right. And I think Derek F is the motherfucker who's like, we're good.
We're not gonna reset it. We don't need it.
Also, the company you keep, Frenchie, same opportunity technically,
Yeah.
didn't take it, which tells me if Derek fucks with him immediately like that, Derek is probably the same person.
Probably.
He knows how to play the game.
He definitely does. He's admittedly a fan, right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
admittedly.
I
So-
think he'll do well.
I think he'll do great too.
Now our HOH, our last thing we want to say on this part of the show. You and that fan. It has to be a staple for our podcast.
Yeah.
The HOH, our new HOH for the week.
New HO.
So-
oh wait. Let's explain the game.
Yes. Do you want to explain the game?
It's Pool Shark next. Oh, okay. So they have to basically guess a number or some shit like that. I don't know. There was technical difficulties. Julie fucked up. No, she didn't.
No, Julie didn't
The
fuck up.
producers did.
Yeah,
Julie
Dale in
was-
the back fucked
again,
up.
Julie just being fabulous. Julie completely owned it. And she was like, all right, let's get started. Just kidding. I want you to think about the number and we'll be back.
And we're going to take a commercial break.
Yeah. And so then they all were able to pick their numbers. And then basically they, from the pool number that they were standing at, if you were at 1, that's like the easiest spot. And then it goes down to like 20 something.
Right. And so basically
Yeah.
the higher number that you're shooting from,
Yeah.
you're going to win.
Yeah,
If you make
the
the
higher
shot.
the chance,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
And so they all sucked except for 2 people, it seemed.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
Because Alyssa got hers. I think she was like on the first spot.
Yeah.
So she went first. She got it, and then was immediately dethroned by Brent.
Everyone has astigmatism.
Yeah. And then everybody kind of sucked for a while, and then our cable cut out,
Yeah.
and we
fuckers.
fully missed the ending. But I had to like rush to Twitter and go
There we
find
go.
out who won. So I don't know who else
There we
missed,
go.
who else made it, but Kyland is our new
Yes,
HOH
Kylan,
for the
you
week.
better cry, Kylan, because you're fine, Kylan.
Hey.
Yes.
And I
It's
think
really
that's
good.
great
I do
because
too.
that means that the Cookout Alliance, which we also didn't get into, the Cookout is Kyland, Azza, Tiffany, and Xavier. Oh, and Derek F.
And Derek F.
And then Hannah, I don't know if they've actually like approached Hannah with it, but they're looking out for Hannah regardless. So,
Hannah is
Kamala B.
yes.
We have to use these code names.
Okay, let's just call it what it is. We are looking out for each other, which is what we all should be doing.
Bam.
Next.
So
Okay.
with Kylan winning HOH, we know the Cookout Alliance is safe.
So they'll be fine.
They're fine, which great because that means Tiffany's safe.
Yes. Frenchie also started there's 2 all-girl alliances.
Oh yeah, what is that about?
Frenchie, so there's an all-girl alliance with all the girls, the majority of the girls in the house.
Right.
That's T. We know that. That's very, there. But then Frenchie took it upon himself to protect himself because he knows how shitty he did this week.
Yeah.
To create an additional alliance with the other girls in the house.
Yeah.
And the meeting consisted of Danielle.
Not Danielle. There's no one in this house named Danielle.
Who the fuck is Danielle? Oh, Danielle's last season.
That was last season. We're Claire, Tiffany, Azza, and who was the other girl? There was 4. It was Tiffany, Azza, Claire. And was it no?
Karate?
No, it wasn't Brittany.
She was there.
Was Brittany there?
I think Brittany was there.
Okay, so then it was Brittany. Yeah. And yeah, he wants to name it the French Kiss Alliance, which is cringy.
But this also goes back to Mama from Detroit.
Tiffany.
This goes back to Tiffany and how she knows how to play the game. Mm-hmm. Sometimes in life you can't say no to people. Yeah. Because they're not going to get the message. So Tiffany took it upon herself to be like, okay, he's not going to take no as an answer. So what is the next best thing? Just say yes. And honestly, that's the best way to sneak him out. Right. That is actually the most genius way. More people should be playing like that, to be honest.
See,
let's pretend that these people know that they're in our alliance and then backstab them.
Exactly.
Backdoor them as a group.
No, of course. And
as a group.
And she can do that now because I'm sure Kylan will do whatever she says. Not that he's like weak or anything, but I think that he would listen to her.
The way she talks also is very direct and very business almost.
Right, but it also comes off as like motherly. And so it's like you want to listen to what she has to say.
Exactly.
So she's definitely safe. We got at least another week at Tiffany. I definitely
safe for a minute, unless somebody cuts her, which would be smart because she's good. But I want her to win.
No, of course we want her to make it far, but these house guys need to watch out
because she's good. Oz is also kind of like creeping in the back. There's also another alliance, is there not?
So there's the female alliance with Tiffany, Claire, Azza, and Brittany. Yes, just the 4 of them. I think they call themselves the Sirens.
The Sirens. That's right.
They're an alliance. There's what do they call it? The slaughterhouse.
The slaughterhouse, which was basically
literally
like
everyone
half the house.
Frenchie
and then there's
made it.
Another group where it's basically the same people minus like 2.
Which they call themselves the Butchers.
Which is also like, honestly, Frenchie. Here's the thing, Frenchie. It's not clever if you're going to make a giant group and exclude 2 people on purpose and then have another meeting 10 minutes later, it seemed, to have another meeting with the same people. Y'all were wearing the same clothes, my dog. You were wearing the same clothes.
The same Flav.
The same weak Flav, okay? Like, give me, like, at least 2 days and different socks before you do that. But I like your foot tattoo. It's cool.
Is it?
No.
No, not at all. The tattoo budget for this season, I'm not going to knock anybody's ink because I have a lot of tattoos.
Everyone.
But for some reason, I don't know if you guys have noticed, you guys are listening right now, but Frenchie has 2 tattoos on his arms, 1 on each, that we have noticed is blurred out.
I hope they're naked ladies.
And I'm pretty sure it's just a pair of jugs.
Not jugs.
No, just
jugs.
That they don't want to show on the.
Jugs.
I'm going to be looking out for it on the live feeds and see if it's because they can't blur it on the live feed, so we'll see.
True.
But yeah, that wraps up pretty much like this week as far as like the key points go. Yeah. So Frenchie's HOH. Travis is out. Everybody pretty much hates Frenchie right now. Yeah. And Kylan is our new HOH.
So let's move into our next segment, Off the Dome. Yes. We're going to rate our tops.
Okay.
And we're also going to rate our blocks.
Our tops and our blocks?
Yeah, because it's like what's our top?
Okay.
And then who's on the block.
Oh, okay. So like,
it's a play on words. We'll work on it. Okay, we're workshopping.
Again, terminology.
Wait, what would be a better way to say that?
Who's our upstairs, downstairs?
I like that better.
Yeah. So, okay, our upstairs would be like our favorite players, and our downstairs would be, and then our downstairs would be our like,
have-nots.
Yes. There we go. Okay. Which I wonder how they're going to do have-nots next week. We'll get into that.
Actually, can we call it our haves and have-nots?
There we go. Okay, so
I love that.
Yeah.
So what is your haves and have-nots?
So I guess the people that would be in my haves list right now, Tiffany is my number 1. I've said that multiple times on this episode. I love Tiffany. I hope she doesn't give me a reason to dislike her. I do like Azza. Let me see. I'm gonna be real. I'm not feeling a lot of the dudes this season. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, they seem very fratty. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and it's not even that. It's just like I feel like a lot of the guys this season aren't playing so well. I'm seeing a lot of the women be really strategic in how they want this game to go.
Calculative.
Exactly. Where a lot of the men at this point are just like, yeah, bro, I'm here for a good time right now, and like all that kind of stuff.
I'm going to say definitely Derek F. is playing smart.
Yes.
And I'm also going to say the gentleman who's the flight attendant.
Brent.
Also playing smart.
I feel like he's doing a good job.
He's doing a really good job.
Because he's very personable. From what I've seen of Brent on the live feeds, he's very personable, and a lot of people like him and like being around him. So I think Brent is playing well.
That's that flight attendant shit, though, dude. Like, he knows how to be professional. He knows how to turn it on. Mm-hmm. He probably also knows how to turn it off and go all in. Also, he has to run from one terminal to another. Endurance.
Who knew? And then as far as my have-nots, I don't know if I want to give it to Frenchie. Travis was definitely on my have-not list, just because, not because of anything in particular, just that we didn't really see a lot of him this week.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to give it to Frenchie, though, because I feel like it's got to be nerve-wracking being the week 1 HOH.
Yeah.
I mean, even though he was really crazy this week, I don't know if I dislike him yet. Sarah Beth is a little boring. I don't hate her. I don't hate her either. I just think that she's a little boring.
Yeah, they gave her a little storyline. That was cute.
Yeah.
Being bisexual.
Oh.
That was cool.
I do have a have-not officially. I don't like Christian.
Which one's Christian?
Curly hair.
You don't like Christian? I love him.
Don't like him.
I love him.
I don't know what it is.
I think he's great.
I don't know. I think it's because he got Alyssa in trouble out of weird context, and he's always around her and all over her, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Get away from her. You got her in trouble last time.
He's the campaign manager, though. He got that girl saved.
Did he?
Saved that girl.
I'm just saying, I don't really care for Christian right now.
Yeah.
His little, Slim Shady antics. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll like Christian in further weeks, but right now he kind of seems like the biggest like bro of the house, and them cornrows. I know you forgave him, but I
didn't
can't.
like him. I'm not gonna say I liked him.
No,
but he also put a scarf on it, so at least
you know what he knows. Do you think he brought that? I was gonna ask when we watched it. Do you think he brought that?
What's her name?
Whose?
Tiffany's. That's Tiff's. That is Tiff's.
Give Tiffany her stuff.
Give Tiffany her flowers. Give her flowers.
Anyway, so yeah, those are my haves and have-nots.
Yeah.
Cam D, yours.
So, my have will have to go to. You know what? I have to give it up for that balcony.
The backyard balcony.
Shout out to the balcony.
Yes,
because I lived for that. I like a design change. It also gave me very much like rooftop bar, on Rock Rose, which may or may not be a good thing. Ew. Whatever. But it was nice. It was so, it's nice to have new things, especially because UK Big Brother, they have like a little upstairs atrium thing. Give America something.
Yeah.
We don't need anything. I also want to say this as well. Honorable mentions to you, Frenchie. Mm-hmm. This is a TV show,
right?
I'm here for the drama, the tomfoolery, the insanity, and the narcissism.
Truly.
And that is what Frenchie gave me. In 3 days.
In
3 days.
Literally, the first 3 days they were in there, he lost his mind.
He lost his mind, and that is the TV I'm here for.
Literally.
So shout out to you, Frenchie. My have not, though, will go to...
Jeopardy music. Dude.
I'm sorry to say this.
Oh, what is it?
My have not is actually going to go to who the fuck is my have not going to? Let me think.
Oh damn! I thought you had one.
No. I'm still thinking about it.
Eagerly awaiting your answer.
Let me think about it.
Whitney's shiny forehead.
Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus.
I was gonna say that for like our what's it called? Our highlights for this week.
Because goddamn, no, this is it.
We're here.
Honorable mentions.
Okay. While you're thinking about your have not, I don't want to. I don't dislike Whitney. We should actually make that a segment on this show. Just roast the shit out of someone. What does Andy Cohen say on his show? It's like his mazel and then his
jackhole. This is our haves and have-nots.
Okay. Yes. This
is
okay.
it.
My jackhole. I'm gonna give it to
your have-nots. Okay. Let's rewind.
Rewind this. Okay.
What is your haves and have-nots?
Okay. So my have.
You can have not.
Okay. My have for this week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Derek X's bounce back. The way that he was able
bitch.
to go from
that's a good one.
public enemy number 1, and
that's
then
so good.
immediately turn it around and win that veto, get himself safety and his boy safety. That was my have.
That was fierce, actually. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what, Derek X? And Derek X is the assassin. Y'all need to watch out for him.
He really is. He's dangerous.
Because that's scary. That is
the
scary.
fact that he was able to save himself like that.
So easily.
Have
it.
And then my have not. I don't want to be shady, but I'm going to be shady.
Say it.
Whitney's forehead is my have not. Whitney, I love you, girl. I have nothing
She's
against
stunning.
you. She's
beautiful.
Also, my phone just died.
It's okay.
But she is gorgeous. Okay,
I'm just gonna put a picture of you.
Yes, just like a poor stick drawing.
Exactly.
But look, Whitney has consistently greasy forehead.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's grease. I don't know if it's setting spray.
It's really hot in LA.
Not in the AC house. Okay, if you're sweating like that in the AC, you need to put some deodorant or antiperspirant on your forehead. I don't understand. Also, there was that scene, and you pointed this out when we watched the Thursday's episode. She was in the room with Xavier, who has a full bald head, and his head was not reflecting light as hard as her forehead was. She needs a paper towel with her at all times to just dabble.
Damn.
But that's all I have to say. That's my have not. Whitney.
Damn. Eviscerated.
No shade. I love you, but wipe your forehead.
Eviscerated. You're a hater.
I'm not a hater.
You're a bully. You're a bully.
Okay.
No, you're not. I'm just kidding. But it is true, though.
It is true.
It's very, very shiny. My halves. Who did I say my halves was at first?
You originally had said that your have was the balcony in the backyard.
Oh, no, keep the balcony. I don't want to talk about the balcony. The balcony is cute, though. I live for the balcony. My halves is going to go to Frenchie.
Oh.
Because, listen, Frenchie's going to play the game. He wants to play it his way. And honestly, a fan is going onto a show. I want the fan to come onto the show and play the game as they wish to play it.
He said he was taking notes.
And he said he was taking notes, and he said he practiced it. And this shit was funny. And honestly, I don't hate on the people who give me good storyline. I would live for them. You know what I'm saying? My have not, though, it's probably going to have to be... I get concerned with floaters.
Okay.
So my have-nots is honestly going to be like Travis.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem... listen, this is an opportunity to be on a show, child. Mm-hmm. Okay? Travis was not showing face. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I mean, I think he was giving moments. He clearly gave moments.
Right.
But the moments were him doing the same thing twice.
Yeah, his little drag show, his striptease for Kylan,
which was hot,
and then also on the live feeds, which I don't think people saw, he
did it again. Blue number though.
Oh,
blue number.
Yeah,
blue dress. But no, I mean, but it was funny. I lived though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I play the game. I want to see your face. You're on TV. You made it. Mm-hmm. Let's go.
And I don't think he was talking game with really anybody. I know he had started like a mini alliance with Derek X, Xavier, and Kylan.
At the end.
But
I said a lot of stuff about what's her name?
Take your time.
Well, the other girl on the block.
Alyssa.
I said a lot of things about Alyssa and her lack of campaigning right before. But at the end of the day, if you really don't have to campaign that hard and your opponent isn't going in that hard,
right.
I guess it's like, especially in a microcosm like that, it would come off as like harassing almost.
Right.
It's like he's not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
You're just kind of walking around, and it's like, if you're not going to play, then you can go.
Yeah, you're like making it harder for other people to play.
Exactly, because you're in the way.
Because I'm telling you, that girl did come out. Alyssa did, she did her thing and she made her rounds. You know what I'm saying? She asked the question. She needs to know what was going on. She had the boys there to be like, Also, she handles herself like, like she's one of the boys, and I like that too.
Yeah.
I really like that.
She actually said that on the live feeds that I watched, that she would rather have boyfriends than girlfriend.
Yeah, she's a broad. I love that.
She's a broad.
She's a broad. I
and
love
with
that.
all respect in
Yeah,
that
with
word.
all respect. I love that. So
Yeah.
go off. I like everybody, to be honest.
I don't know that I dislike anyone.
If anybody wins, that's
Yeah.
far. I mean, I would like a person of color or minority to win, obviously,
Right.
But if any of them win, I'm not gonna be offended.
No, of course.
But this is the beginning. We got to see the mess unfold.
True colors will show.
Yeah, the Cyndi Lauper.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at myself because Mason is gone.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can see my reflection in my black mirror.
When will my reflection show that Mason will get a charger on the next episode?
I will have a charger on the next episode.
Well, Mason, I had a lot of fun with you.
I had a lot of fun too, and I'm excited for our podcast journey together.
Yes. Please like and subscribe.
Please like and
We're
subscribe.
going to be on YouTube. We will also be. You can subscribe directly to our podcast on all podcasting platforms.
Yes, and follow us on Twitter too at Eviction Notice Podcast.
Yes,
I'm in charge of the Twitter right now, and I'm trying really hard to post. So please bear with me. I'm trying really hard.
Yeah, we're actually gonna have content out now that we have the show out. We'll
No,
have
exactly.
content, so it'll be cute.
Yes.
Whoa, you don't need to scream at me. Okay, well let's go. Just remember, big feet always make a lot of noise at night. I'm Cam D.
And I'm May.
This is Eviction Notice Podcast. Good night.
Good night.
Bye, Mason.
Goodbye, Cam.